fuck are we talking about today?
We'll just.
You know what? You want to know what I? You know you want to know what I named today's stream?
Yeah.
Damn Bezos headphones.
What do you mean? What's wrong with them?
Remember when they didn't work 10 minutes ago? I did it then, so it was funnier then, but now it's not that funny.
Are we on? Are we live? Or what are we doing here?
We be here.
You see, I don't like it when you do that. That's so unprofessional of you. Can you give me a countdown? Like, they do in the old TV studios like this. They go like this. Ready? Ready? Can you give me one of those countdowns, dude? I mean, it'd be really nice.
Which one you prefer, because when I do it that way, you tell me I need to just nonchalantly start, and when I nonchalantly start, you tell me I have to do this.
Dude, I don't know what you're saying. You use these big words like nonchalantly, and dude, you know what? I take that as a form of disrespect, actually, because I don't know all these big words that you use, dude. I don't know these big words. So I take it as a sign of disrespect.
Now you know how I feel, Mr. Author. I don't do big words. What up, beat? How's it going, beat?
To beat. Here.
To beat.
Cheers.
So what is it you're drinking? You kept trying to show me the label and you never got round to it. What actually are you drinking?
It's Japanese apple juice.
Japanese apple juice.
Look at what it says. 100%. What does that say there?
Malt.
I don't fuck around, dude. I drink malt.
That's like straight malt. That must be very malty. 100% leaves very, very little room for hops.
Right. I mean, for example, let's say the percentage was like 51%, which is a number
Solid
and a percentage,
example, right?
that I probably am like, hey, like the number 51. Gee, I don't know if you know this. I have a chain, on that gold chain, which I don't show everyone. There's a number 51 right here.
I think that's a bit of a waste of money because I think you would relate far better to 49.
Oh boy, Mr. Predictable. Here comes Mr. Predictable, everybody. What up, Beat? Say something, Beat. Say something. Say yes, Sloth. You are predictable. Back me up, dude. We're like in the art of war here.
Me and Beat go way back. We've developed a loyalty. People like to know what they expect. That's why they come to me, bro. That's why they come to me.
Did you just call me bruh? Did you say, hey, bruh? Like that? Did you do that?
Not everything's about you. I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, you were talking about Beat.
I was talking about Beat. I was talking about Beat. What up, XD?
Let me say something. Well, hey, XD. Hey, XD, here you go. Hey, XD, by the way, I'm drinking 100% malt. See? So that says it on the bottom. Okay, so let me say something. XD says, yeah, Gibby, you predictable. Beat says, yeah, Sloth, you're okay, I made my point. I made my point, bro.
And I'm not denying it. And I'm not denying it. Bubbles, what up, Bubbles? Bubbles says, I personally love Gibbon as predictability. That's what I'm saying, right? You always say the fear of the unknown, bro. People love to know what they're expecting, and I'm here for that.
Whoa. Did you just call me bro? Did you just call me bro, or did you call Beat bro? Was that bro directed to me?
No, it was Beat. Damn, my headphones are about to die.
Drinking that? Look at what XD said. Bet. He got it right. He got it right. Bubbles, I want to take this personally. Two things, Bubbles. Number one, I hope you had a safe journey. And number two, Gibby, am I crossing the line here by saying that?
What?
And number two, for some reason, I connect you with the place that you just left. So whenever I think of you, I think of the place you just left. Take it for what it's worth, and there you go.
Are you saying that she is the reminder of Italy?
Yes.
Nice. My headphones
and number
are
two,
gonna die, so I need to switch them over.
Like right this second?
Yeah, my headphones are gonna die. Hold on.
I don't know. Can everyone still hear me?
Now they can. Now they can hear you. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Now they got you.
They don't hear you.
No, they hear both of us. You're just not on my headphones anymore.
Okay, beware. It sounds a tad bit like when I say tad bit, I'm talking 49. If it was a number, 49% like echoey. So Bubbles, I understand that you love Gibb and his predictability, but come on. That's
come on, what? What does that mean? You didn't say anything.
Right?
You literally you literally just mumbled a bunch of words and made no point. You said, I know you love Gib, I know you love Gibby, but, come on.
I guess malt puts you in a good mood, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know that. I guess.
Dude,
look,
we didn't know you were hard like that, drinking 100% malt. I'm more of like a 51% malt guy, but you're the straight shooter, dude. The full 100%. Wow. Wowee. Wow. Check you out, sir.
Hey, buddy. Let me just say something. This kind of bickering, right? It kind of reminds me of a time that you got really upset with me when I mentioned that, oh shit, you gave me the numbers to one of the videos I posted. It was one of the writing videos, and shit, the content's pretty goddamn good, right? It's there's some depth to it. There's some joviality and jocularity. Do you know the word jocularity, dude? Do you?
I heard that recently.
That's a word that you would use, dude. It's like, them big words. And you know how I feel when you use those big words, I take it as a sign of disrespect.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right. I mean, I don't blame you for feeling disrespected by your own insecurities. Bubbles says, I am Italy. Yeah, you are, Bubbles.
Damn. Bubbles is like cocky sometimes.
What is Vitamalt? What's your favorite texture of sand, Baze? XD asks.
I'll tell you, XD. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those white sand beaches where the sand is not granular. There you go, G. That's a word for you. Something that you would throw out at somebody. It's not granular, right? But it's densely packed. Right? It's densely packed white sand. That kind of feels like a very, very hard tit. It has a texture of that. XD. I don't know what else to attribute it to or like compare it to, so my mind went straight there. Don't think me weird that it did. It's just the first image that just popped into my mind.
Right. Bubble says, bro, that is the most unvalid answer.
White sand beach? Why?
She disagrees with your answer. Bubbles, what is your favorite texture of sand? You know what my favorite sand is? My favorite sand is volcanic sand. You know the black sand? The really light, fucking awesome stuff.
Really?
You're looking at me like, why are you so confused right now? Is that okay? Is that all right with you? Sir?
Dude, just ease up a little bit. You're very aggressive today. Everybody, please, except Bubbles. I know Bubbles would. No, he's not aggressive. That's just his playful personality.
right? She'll say some shit like that. Everybody but Bubbles, dude, is Sloth being ultra aggressive today? Yay or nay, dude?
So why are you hating on volcanic sand? What is the problem with me liking volcanic sand?
If you were a writer and writing a book, for example, which I don't know if you have any idea how to do, like writing a book, a novel, okay? I know you're working on one. That was a joke. And I like to see some of it. Would you ever share it before you finish it? Okay, volcanic sand. Let me get back to it. So going back to your novel, if you were to use the words volcanic sand, right, in your novel, the first thing that would come to mind when I think of volcano, dude, that black shit is gnarly, dude. That meaning like it's all hardened and sharp and
the volcanic rock.
Right. But volcanic sand gives me the image of that volcanic rock. And instead of something soft and like light and beautiful to the touch, I think because of volcanic, the only image is two images I get when I think of volcanic. One is hot molten lava, that orange shit, right? And number two is the mountains of fucking volcanic rock that is shaped and formed by the molten lava.
Interesting.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Volcanic sand is so soft, though. It's way softer than white sand, and lighter. It's crazy stuff. Have you ever been on like a volcanic sand beach?
You should look at the shit that people are sending. It's funny.
Whose?
XD has some funny shit to say. Like he says, "What's your favorite color of Play-Doh to consume?" Is XD like 8 years old? Is that why he likes Play-Doh?
4.
Is he like 8 or 9?
4.
Wait a second. XD is 4 years old and he uses that advanced language.
XD's 4 years old.
Okay, XD, young man. Wow, that's impressive. You know, you're a smart guy. As a 4-year-old, I don't know, you are really advanced for your age.
I'm impressed. Listen to podcasts in the womb.
So, yeah, man, that if you truly did that, if people are not fucking with us, and you listen to podcasts in the womb, XD, wow. You are truly like a golden child. I don't know if you know what the term golden child is, but a golden child is someone like the last emperor. That Bernardo Bertolucci film when the little guy, the little baby, the like 2-year-old, 3-year-old, he was a ruler of an entire kingdom, a vast kingdom. XD. So what I'm getting right now from you, young man, is you represent like that little guy that has this vast empire at the tips of your fingernails. Fingertips. Not fingernails, that's gross. That's a gross image. That's an image that you'll find in Gibby's book. Not my book. My book will have fingertips, dude. Gibby's will have fingernails.
Right. And volcanic rock. I like my sand granular because it's easy to wipe off, and the powder sand gives me sensory overload. Sloth, my good sir, with all due respect, what the fuck is yee ass hat? Gib, take it off right now. What? How dare you guys? How dare you guys? Fine. I'll take it off. Fine. It's coming off. Beat thought I looked good in it. It's coming off. I'm putting this one on. How about this one? This one matches my shirt a bit better, right?
You look like a pimp. You look
Thank
like
you.
Right there. I said the word bro. I said the word bro to you. Are you happy? I called you bro.
Happy.
I said you look like hey, you look like a pimp, comma, bro.
I like the punctuation. I like the punctuation in there. I like the Dumb and Dumber version of the Albert old guy, Einstein guy person. Baze, I can't lie, I didn't understand the first half of what you said. This one's way better. Sloth matching the word stupid right now. How dare you? You see, nobody understands what you're saying ever.
Really? I thought I was abundantly clear with my narrative. I thought I was abundantly. Maybe therein lies a problem. Okay, XD, you did it again, young man. You little genius, you. I just realized that maybe my writing is convoluted. So if you guys, here I am thinking I'm making perfect sense, but what I'm getting from the world is that you guys are completely baffled. You're shaking your head side to side and not like this. Look, gee, you have to look at the visuals. That means you agree, but what I'm getting from all of you is this. So
what about
maybe
you get the slanted diagonal one?
That's a pimp. That's a pimp one. That's a
pimp one?
That's pimpage. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it goes at angles like that. So XD, maybe you made me realize something, and wow, what a gift you have as a 4-year-old, right? Gibby, he is 4, right?
Yeah. He asked you a question you still haven't answered.
What did he answer?
He asked you what your favorite color of Play-Doh to consume is. His is orange. You never answered.
Gee, I was trying to make a point, but there goes that. Orange Play-Doh. Okay, young man, first off, buddy, Play-Doh is not good to eat. It's dangerous, so you could probably get sick.
Says
so
you.
I don't know why your parents or your nanny. I don't know if you have a nanny at home. I know G had one growing up.
I did.
Look at how he turned out.
I'm a man with not 1, not 2, but 3 fedoras. I would say that's pretty good. I'd say I'm winning. How many fedoras do you own, Baze?
Buddy, does everything have to be a competition with you? I mean, can't we just sit and just chill and not worry about the art of war? Can we just one time, dude, please stop the bickering. Stop it.
Chilling is for the death. Is for the dead. Once I die, I can chill. Until then, it's nothing but grind and, as XD said, tasty glue. This man does not have fashion sense. Sloths need arm tats. Yeah, I do. I need arm tats of fedoras. What if I just got arm sleeves of fedoras? Would you endorse that, Baze?
Dude, whatever floats your fucking boat, dude. If you want me to endorse it, but I want you to come clean here to these people or forever hold your peace. Dude, yes, you are the syntacticer modulation finger presser. I get it, okay?
That's all I wanted.
But, no. Let me finish. But this is a substance beneath that shit. Yes, you can go like this. But when you're pressing that, substance, dude. Motherfucker, come on now.
Come on what? That's normally followed by something. What?
I made my point, dude. I made my point.
You clearly didn't.
Dude, you see, therein lies a problem with my books. I think I have come through very clear, very precise in what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is totally confusing to everybody.
Dude, it's like what I said to you, right? You start and you miss the punchline. That's why I'm there to then take everything and sell it for you and finish it for you, you know? You're not a completer. You know, and I'm sure lots of people know this. I'm sure people have been afraid to tell you. You're just not a finisher, dude, and that's fine. That's fine, because the world needs solid starters. Solid, hard-working foreplay, right? Just gotta pass it on to one person who finishes.
This is what you remind me of, a fucked up elbow. You see this shit?
A weenus?
This is a fucked up elbow. No. This is not a weenus. That's a fucked up elbow. That's how you're coming off as. You're coming off as a fucked up elbow, dude.
I guess there's worse
That's
parts
what you're coming
of the
off
body
as.
to be described as.
XD, I hope I'm being very clear, young man. I know I'm using the word
Speaking
fuck.
alien. That's an elbow that has seen a lot of action. Dude, tell us your Baze, tell us your best elbow story right now.
Oh shit! You can't see it. There it is.
100% malt.
Right there. Where my pinky is, guys. Where my pinky's tamped. You know where, dude, you know you're close to the truth when it's close to where your pinky taps, right? Where you're very close to the truth when you know you're very close to the pinky tap.
You know,
Remember
you're close to
those
the
words.
truth when you've been drinking beer and you suddenly realize it's 100% malt and you see God.
100% malt, 100% Batman. I'm Batman.
Bet. There you go. Go on then. So tell us your elbow story. Why is your elbow fucked up? Tell us the story.
Well, gee, I'm doing this because I think I've dominated the last hour of conversation. Definitely the last 25 minutes. And prior to them, the fine folks coming on, I know in our conversation, you and I were really angry with each other. You
Right.
especially, you were livid. And I think before I jump into an elbow story, isn't that brilliant? Like, how about if someone just chimed in there, right? Before I finish with my elbow story, they just chimed in, right?
Sergio?
They're in Pakistan. Wait, no, right. Or they're in Pakistan, right? They're eating, right?
What
they're
about
eating.
Pakistan? What?
Like a dude who just chimed into our fucking podcast, bro. He lives in Pakistan. He's eating. And then when he came in, when I was talking, my first words say, and before we get to the elbow story,
He'll take a lean forward and he'll go, elbow story?
Okay.
So no elbow story?
Do you want me to continue talking?
Please.
Only if the people. Well, let's wait till people chime in. If they rather hear, it's okay, guys. It won't hurt my feelings. Do you want to hear more of Gibby now or more of me? If you want to hear more of me, I'll continue with my elbow story.
I think the people want to hear about the elbow.
All right. So this is weird. This is a weird story. Okay. I don't like more of beat. No, we want more of beat. They said, okay, that's cool. We'll just sit here and drink.
He finally just started XD and you've derailed it.
You know what that's called?
What?
Fucking up.
Dang.
XD fucked up. Yeah.
XD fucked up.
Sometimes he fucked up. Yeah. You know, it's okay. He's 4 years old. Hey, buddy, he's 4 years old. He has a lot to learn still. You see?
Yeah.
He doesn't know everything.
You're not wrong.
XD doesn't know.
Let's go
Beat's name is
Beat's story
Jeebish.
right here. Whilst Beat is typing out his story, you share your elbow story, XD says.
Okay. Here we go. So, I was born with a deformed elbow. This one that I held up. Okay. It was. If I laugh through this, it's because I'm laughing through my discomfort of this. Dude, I was deformed. I was basically a little Richard III. The doctor described my elbow as pussy and bulbous.
I like that word, bulbous.
Not pussy. Pussy, dude. It's
Right.
one S, not two S's. Because if it was two S's, it would be called
Pussy.
correct. But imagine, dude, the first thing you read as an adult is a doctor's report on your deformity. And on that document, that original document, it's typed, by the way, we're going back days, typed on a fucking, okay? So I look at it and it says, patient is of the most pussy and bulbous nature. So I've carried that sense of myself.
I would still like describe you as that today. Pussy and bulbous. Sorry, continue, please.
I don't feel like it, dude. That hurt my feelings, bro.
Please.
I mean, this is very emotional shit. My story starts as a kid.
No, we get to his story after. Don't interrupt your story. You finish your story, and we'll get to his story afterwards.
Okay, so this thing, as you see here, is something that, you know, I don't like to show like this because it reminds me, it takes me back to the day when this was highly deformed. Think Elephant Man on my elbow. Okay? He could relate to it because he sees it every morning in the mirror. God damn. Well, that's for you when you said I still look pussy and bulbous.
Right.
Okay. And there's my story.
That's it. That was like the beginning of a story.
I know, but I fuck you, dude. You're like you called me pussy and bulbous, dude.
Dude, this was a missed opportunity, bro. You could have gone about your legendary defense of a village from a tiger or a lion, or your one-on-one with a water buffalo. Like, you missed an opportunity, dude.
What did I do? Where did I go wrong? What did I say wrong?
You should have come up with something super triumphant. Like, you saved your wife from a burning building. And with your baby daughter in her arms crying, had to fucking leap out of the 14th story window, thinking fast about how to save everyone's lives. And what do you think? You remember back to your childhood where you read a little hint of a textbook, little extract of a textbook that just pops into your mind about how strong the human elbow is. So you think to put yourself elbow first. And that elbow saved all three of you, and you're all still here today.
Instead, I talked about not putsy, pussy, not putsy,
pussy.
Yeah, right, not putsy, dude.
I didn't say putsy. I said pussy.
There's some comedy for you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it.
There you go. All right, beat story. My story starts as a kid where I played PlayStation with this kid that lived down the street. He moved back to Egypt, so I hung out with my older brother's classmates. I had friends my age too. I got a girlfriend in high school. We broke up a few times, and I hooked up with other chicks and curved chicks that was interested in me. I started smoking and selling mad weed. I threw parties. I almost got kicked out of residency at university for break the hours rule during exams. However, I turned it all around and I joined the military when I was 21 and learned, trained, and grew over 7 years active duty. Now I don't party as much, I don't chase skirts as much, and I concentrate on living a positive life full of peace. Let's go, dude.
Oh, that was beautiful, man. That's beautiful, dude. Wow.
Let's go, dude.
That ended in a that's a very beautiful. Oh man. You know what I first read when I Let's take a moment of silence for that, Ben. Okay. Where it said full of peace, from where I saw it, the first word that popped in my head was grace. So let's hear it with that. Even though you say peace, we'll keep peace. But this is how I heard it. I don't chase skirt. That's funny. I don't chase skirt as much, and I concentrate on living a positive life full of grace. Damn, that sounds good, dude. Full of grace. Concentrate on living a positive life full of grace. Ah, dude, that's the one I'm going to embrace for myself. If you don't mind, beat, that I can use that for my own motto, that I can concentrate on living a positive, that's important, positive life full of grace. There we go, dude.
And
that's
without chasing skirt, though. I don't know if you can deal with that part.
That's going to be tough, I'll be honest.
You can just ignore that part. Just focus on the last part.
I know. Because I drink a lot of this, I chase a lot of skirt, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe if it was a lower percentage of malt, you'll be fine.
Don't give me the number.
I didn't go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, just because I chase skirt doesn't mean you younger folk like to pass judgment on our older folk. You think that if we like to chase skirt, the first idea that pops into your mind is, oh, how creepy. Oh, how gross. Well, let me tell you something, motherfuckers. I'm a human being just like you.
A man's got needs.
I didn't mean to call them motherfuckers. I said that in a loving way. There's a character in a film called Horrible Bosses. His name is called Motherfucker Jones. That's his name, Motherfucker Jones. I would like to be henceforth known as Motherfucking Bays.
Not pussy and bulbous. About that, just bathe the pussy.
No, I don't like that. I don't like the way it sounds.
Unfortunately, people don't get to choose their own nicknames. It's just all public perception. Beat said, that's motherfucking bays, bitch.
Beat, you're getting warmer.
There you go, dude.
So, gee, I know you are very competitive, highly competitive when it comes to me. But as you can see from other folks, it's not a big deal. You can just relax. You have nothing to prove. We get that you're a master at syntactical modulation. Pressing. Syntactical modulation pressing. Right? Look, I'm giving you an example of it. You're doing right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do the same thing. I have my fingers like this on certain keys, and I can press them too, syntactically.
Right.
But I'm making letters that turn into words that are also put in a syntactical pattern on a page.
Right.
So, dude, hey, in some ways, hey, man, we're not so different.
Except, can I show you the difference? Right? Can I show you? May I show you the difference through a physical demonstration?
Here we go. Yeah, sure.
As you said, I'm a syntactical button pusher. Right here, I am. I'm fucking going over like this. Right?
I didn't say button pusher, dude.
Yeah, you said a big word. I don't know. What was the other one?
Well, let me say it again. Syntactical modulation presser.
So there I am doing that, right? Doing this. Like you said, you do the same, right? You gave your demonstration, but the only difference is this is me, right? This is you. And which one do I push for this? No, fuck, wrong one. Wait, how do I do this? Dang, shit. It's gone. It's broken.
You've confused everybody, bro. It's your turn to confuse.
That's
like
you,
right now, I'm in a
because by your own words, you're a what? Technology. What were you saying?
Moron.
Before? Moron. There you go.
Moron.
Technological moron.
So here you are in a public forum, demeaning my knowledge, my technical knowledge of things. And here you are, young man, lording it over me. Shame on you, dude. Shame on you. Beat gets it.
There you go, Beat.
Beat gets it.
It's okay. Me and Beat can help you.
Dude. No, dude. Shame on you for throwing me under the bus in a public forum.
You know what we haven't seen from Baze in a while?
What?
Where's your desert island discs at?
What are you talking about? They're behind me. Why? I don't want to show everybody. They're right there. They're my
You don't
speakers.
gotta show anybody, but everyone wants to see
right
your
there.
desert island disc snacks.
Oh, dude. Oh, gotcha. You know, late, dude. I've been a little focused on the book. Right, we're at that stage, don't you think? With the book, the one I've been working on.
Yeah.
So that has kind of taken precedence over. Yeah, it just kind of, because look, you send it to your editor and then you have to do other shit. You have to start writing this thing called a query letter, which is basically a long elevator pitch. And writers hate them. Writers hate writing query letters and synopsises as much as they love writing their books, but they hate doing the shit that comes right after. The query letter, dude. People are always tinkering because they're trying to figure out what these people at the publishing houses, and most of these people at the I better not go there. I got to stop myself because I might throw myself under the bus, and you already did that. I feel like shit already. But if I were to say this, I'm going to feel even more like shit.
Right. Have you sent it off to your editor already? You've done that now?
I sent it off yesterday. It's Friday. And so she's going to take probably 3 weeks, and it's going to come back. And then I do with her edits. I look it over and do probably my final, edits or putting it together. And I send it in, start sending it in. But the grunt work is looking for agents, researching, going to various websites, looking at their submission guidelines because they're going to be different. Some people only accept Microsoft Word. Other people accept PDFs. Other people want 5 pages of something. Another person wants 7 pages of something. One person wants a synopsis with a query letter with the first 20 pages. One wants 50 pages and just a little brief bio. So, dude, there's a lot of fucking work, dude. You just like it's like the real work. Ironically speaking, you see, this is stuff that I should be talking about in a snack, dude. All this stuff, but here we are.
Do it anyway.
The query in the synopsis is this. Look at the space between my fingers, right? The novel is this. That's the time it takes for you to work on this. This I enjoy 1,000 times more than.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to deal with
this which is literally this. And then, dude, then the real the testing of a true metal of a writer. And when I say writer, and I'm even talking published writers, dude. Yeah, they consider themselves writers, and well, they are very fortunate because then you have the true writer. Because they have motivation either through prestige, their status in the literary world, maybe any money they're making, the benefits that come with, like, for example, teaching at Princeton, having a cush fucking lecture tour series that pays your bills. Yeah. Right? Now, how about you take the writer who's not experiencing any of that, has none of that intrinsic motivation, and people are paying attention, recognition, whatever you want to call it. Then you have this person over here who's just fucking going at it, grinding it out. No one knows the work, maybe a handful of people. He's been trying, she's been trying for years, dude. And the shit is good. It easily will fucking be on par with the shit that's being lauded right?
Yeah.
But here's this person who how that is what I consider the person that has no motivation, the worldly external motivation that's always there present in these other writers' lives. The true motivation has to come from a very deep place, dude. Very deep. Because that shit is hard. That shit, like, if you're like thinking, man, I need to go back, I need to do this because I have no other choice. I'm compelled to do it. But it's not been paid attention and probably will never be paid attention to. That's a true writer. Someone who will continue in the face of that. That's what I think a writer is. Not the other people.
Yeah.
I don't consider the other people writers. They're more like entertainers now, performers. A true writer is someone who is maybe even not paid attention to and still goes at it and has the will and the whatever else you want to put it into words. That's the true writer. Man, I wish that shit was on a snack, dude. That's what I think a true writer is. Yeah, that would be cool, man. That's some good shit right there. I think, I mean, meaning that's the first time I ever talked about it in such a way. I think I did make sense there. I hope I did. Did I make sense?
Let's let chat decide. Anybody understand this, man? Beat said yes.
Beat said yeah.
Beat's on your side today.
I like that. I like what he said about, that was a beautiful thing he said about life and full of peace and full of grace. And that was nice. That was very nice.
He said, I think. Maybe, perhaps, maybe.
Perhaps. I love that word. Like, that's such a powerful word. You're like, well, you know, what did you think about what I did? And do you think it was okay? Perhaps.
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 So that's crazy. I didn't realize. What was her name? Rebecca, right? Becca is your editor.
Jessica Bonder.
Jessica Bonder.
Yeah.
That's why I knew there was a B and J. Like I was. I'm surprised you said she's going to take it and edit it in like 2 or 3 weeks and get it back to you. I thought it would take way longer than that for her to do something like that.
You know, it's interesting. Remind me that, okay, first off, my novel is about 42,000 words. That falls into the novella category of 20,000 to 40,000. Maybe 45,000, that's novella. Anything over that, 50,000. Honestly, 20,000 to 70,000 is true novella. Maybe then 80,000 to 120,000 is considered the 350, 400, 450 page novel. That now, because of I think the focus, there's more of a focus on preservation and recycling. I think they're encouraging writers to bring it down to like 80 to 90, because at 120, those are big, thick fucking novels. And honestly, dude, I really do believe, I struggle with this myself. I don't read as much anymore, Gene. I think it's because of my attention. I really lack, and even my writing. If you see those short things, I think it's, as a writer, I can only handle that. And I'm also wary of, if I have that, imagine what the readers. That's why my books are shorter. Dude, you don't need to describe something, like add another 100 pages that you fill in description. Oh my God, why? If you're a good writer, you can get to your shit, have description, have dialogue, have whatever you need to, the balance of that, and it'll be fine, man. It'll be fine. But I don't know why they print books over 250 pages. That's that's a challenge for me,
mine's already just under 500 pages.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
On docs, like on that, I think it comes out a little bit less. Like on actual a printed book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. XD says he zones out when I talk.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
That's really fucked up, dude.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I've still got. I think by the time I'm finished this book, I think it's gonna be anywhere from. I'm aiming for around 600-700 pages. It could go longer than that, but
crazy.
I have like different goals with it. You know what I mean? Like I agree with everything that you're saying, and
yeah,
it's not filled because it's like I'm not describing things for fucking 10, 15, 20 pages like you just said, right? Like, you know, in like the longer prose books and stuff, they're just endless description. It's just like, you know, the story, and like the story that I have is super, super long. So I think it moves pretty fast paced. And you know, like I think I when you were here, we talked about it, about how like I have different factions, different groups of people, and like tons of different main characters that the book follows, that then you can decide who your antagonist and protagonists are and stuff like that. And it's going to be like a trilogy, so like it's just like a really, really long moving story. But like I said, I have other goals for it. I mean, I think I probably will approach like editors and publishers just for the sake of it, right? Like just because I have it and I feel like it's silly, and I have people who are telling me like this is really fucking good, like write more and like publish it and shit. I don't have any interest in that. I've never had any interest in that. I'm kind of just doing this to appease like a family member's desire for me to write a book. The I was going to write a play, and the idea hit me, and it happened to be a book. Like I never chose it to be a book. So I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna try and like publish it just for the sake of it, but I don't really have any desires to publish it. It's like more so just for me, you know. And like we've talked about this before, and like, you know, it's almost like therapeutic for me and everything, and it's just enjoyable for me. It's just like a laugh. I'm just having fun. So I mean, like I don't really know or care how long it's going to be, and I understand that that's probably going to be pretty intimidating for people to read. But like I say, it's for me. It's not really. I never started writing it, and I think that's I don't know. I think that must be like a really niche author thing, and like I don't know, just like a I don't know. It might just be a me thing. Like I just don't really like. I would love youth to read it, for example, and you know, and like I'm sure you will read it at some point soon. You know, like I would like to have my first draft of the first book finished by the new year. So like going into the new year, I want the first draft done. Um, and but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it was always meant for me. Like that's when I started writing it. It was always going to be for me. You know, maybe something to pass down throughout my family. You know, maybe my family will read it or something. You know, like yeah, if I get published, I get published. Either way, I just don't really give a shit. It's just not what I sent out to do, if that makes sense. But it's going really well. But like my point is, yeah, it's a longer prose piece for sure. Like 600 or 700 pages is what I'm aiming for on docs. I don't know what that's going to equate to in books. I think that's going to be more like 700 or 800, like in the actual book. Like I did like an online there's like online calculators you can use, but I don't know how accurate those are. It could go up as like 900 pages. It could go, you know, as up as that. Like, I think it's like a serious undertaking what I'm like trying to do. And like with what you said with your upcoming, you know, 5-piece series, this is very much that. Like this is going to be a 6-piece series that I think I'm going to be writing for, you know, the next 20 years. It's going to be like a, you know, a trilogy with 3 or 2 or 3 prequel books too. But I'm having fun with it, and like that's what I was coming to. I mean, like I feel like, you know, like what you were saying about you know, who the real writers are and stuff like that. Uh I agree with what you're saying there, and I think ultimately it comes down to like the the tale of the struggling artist. Like it's not just writing or acting or being a musician. Like the point of being an artist is like why you're doing your art. Like you want to express yourself, you love it, you live it, whatever. Like everyone's got their own reasons to do that art, right? To get famous and to make money doing art isn't a reason to do art. You know what I mean? And I think that's, I guess, like I'm trying to go a little bit like more in tune to what you're saying. Like, like the struggling artist is probably the more real artist as opposed to like the fake artists that actually get paid to do it. They're like brought out, they're highly publicized, and half of their shit is it's shit, it's crap. Um I think we're like you said, we're like kind of losing away from what that is, what that art is, and it's becoming the scheme of politics and money. And like you've got all of those writers, all of those actors, whatever, that are in the spotlight and aren't struggling and are just putting out crap. The people who are struggling, the people who are writing, the people who are making movies, right? Like on their phones and making movies in the middle of nowhere on holiday. Those like the real artists. That's what I have to say about that. What up, Sass? How you doing? Beat said that sounds dope. I started drinking. Let's go.
So on a conversation on Friday that I had with my editor, I described the book. I described the genesis of the book. And we talked about that a little bit, but what we talked a lot about, and I hope I'm not, revealing to, but we talked about our dissatisfaction with the whole processes of rejection, of submissions, of expectations, of the cluster. It's a cluster right now. The publishing world. I think a lot of people, don't take this the wrong way, world, but a lot of folks during COVID, probably another chunk on top of the writers who already existed. A lot of people try to write a book because what else, you're stuck at home for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. So a lot more folks decided to pick up the pen and the paper or whatever and write something. And as a result, the punting to conglomerate, the big five is now kind of the big two, right? You have all these, it's being controlled. When you have something that is truly a monopoly, man, I don't even know if there's a word beyond monopoly. If there's this fucking oligarchy in publishing, dude, where there's only one major voice that calls all the shots, the system is fucked. If you go below the system, everything that holds the system up, if most of 98% of that is this thing that we consider commercial writing, and only 2% is buried way down below, and that's true writing, true creativity, true literary craftsmanship, if that shit, where a lot of people are in that category, meaning the 2% that only gets published, there's another 98% that doesn't. And that's a lot of writers, dude. That's a lot of disgruntled people who go to work, because that's what writing a book is, dude. It's not inspiration, I'm sorry to say. Because of freedom, creativity, you set your own schedules. That's the job. The only thing about this job is you don't get paid. The payment comes in the form of the doing it, the relentlessness of it, the creativity of it, and finally the completion of it. The completion of it is where that is the most of it, where you get to a point where you're like, yeah, and it's quiet. It's not a big celebration. It was when I first did my first one many years ago, but in the ensuing, it's just a quiet thing to oneself, dude. You know, I didn't go out and go smoke a cigar, or if I should have, or maybe I did. Maybe that was my celebration. I smoked a cigar. But going out with friends and, getting fucked up. Yeah, I finished a knob. Dude, no one, a true writer, you don't even fucking tell anybody, dude. Look, don't take this the wrong way. I needed it because I'm the type of writer, I don't like sharing my stuff as I write it. When I think it's finished, and that's what you deserve, is what I believe is going to be worth your time, right? Not just, let's read it piecemeal and I get 800,000 suggestions. No, let me finish it, then give me suggestions.
Right.
Here, I think it's finished. Here it is in my I think it's finished form to you. Oh, wait, Baze, what do you think about? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Then I'm at a place to receive it.
Yeah.
Right? But even that, those few friends that you're included in, I don't have the desire at all to share, even with the one I've been with for 30 years, who knows all my work and reads all my work the first time. I don't even have the desire, starting even with this novel, the one I just finished, which is a first, to show anybody. You know why, dude? I want strangers to read my work, dude. I want strangers to read my work. I agree with that.
A stranger's opinion, I feel like, is actually weighted more than someone you know.
I don't want to say that. That's not true to me, but I would. You know what I'm talking about, dude? I want my work to be out there, read by someone in the middle of fucking Scotland, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a true medal of a writer. Like, if you pull that writer, what I think of a writer is, and for whatever planets that align, that has the opportunity to get that book from here to there to Scotland. If that can happen, right? That is what, and it doesn't matter awards, recognition, name, recognition, greatest literary age in the world. That human being in the Isle of Skye, in the middle of nowhere, Scotland, who has your book, right? And how they fucking experience that. That's it. That's how you're paid. Because you'll never know, dude. How about if that thing, look, there is a novel called On the Road by Jack Kerouac, one of the Beats, original Beats from San Francisco, that movement. And On the Road is a fucking seminal work of that beat generation, dude. I read it when I was 25 years old in LA. It was one of the books I read, dude. And I read that book, bro. And you know what I did the next day when I finished it? I went to go quit my fucking job. The job that paid me well, that paid my rent. I hated. It was deadly. But, I had I'm studying acting, blah, blah, blah. That novel shook me up so much, bro, that I said, I'm not living my true life. And guess what happened after I quit my job? My wife, who I've been married to, back then we were together, she broke up with me, bro, because she was so upset.
Yeah.
She broke up with me. So then I was forced to go back to my parents' house, right, because she was upset with me doing something so rash. But imagine that work of literature fucking taking me by the fucking gut and going like that. Imagine, dude. Jack Kerouac, rest in peace, motherfucker. His work and what he created got me, dude, and changed my life. And you know what? Yeah, for the time being, it sucked. Breaking up, no money. But for the long haul, dude, that shit was...
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's what it is, isn't it? That's what we always talk about as artists and what art should do. And it's supposed to change something in you and leave a lasting impact, Like, that's what it is. Sass says, I agree with that. Beat said, the writer's legacy. Let's go. You said something that I wanted to circle back to. I just didn't want to interrupt you. You were talking about celebrating. the end of a novel, end of writing your books. And you said that, you know, like, yeah, you did celebrate the first one or whatever, and then, you know, like, you just don't do it anymore. Maybe you have, you know, like a quiet moment to yourself, which I absolutely agree with. I think that's more of a personal thing. Does the feeling ever change for you? Does the satisfaction dwindle? Is it because this is what, this is your fourth book now that you finished, right? Your fourth. Every time, is the experience individual in comparison to that specific novel? Is there the same level of satisfaction at finishing something, at starting something, at working on something, or has that dwindled, or is it just, like I said, it's different per book? Like, what's the situation with that?
Give me about 5 minutes to answer this, and it's going to start with something, and it's going to end with what you explanation. So, dude, lately I'm talking. I just finished my fourth book. I got it to my editor. I had to pay out of pocket for her work. She's not. I'm not. I don't have a literary agent. We didn't go through a publisher. She was not assigned to me. I wouldn't pay anything because I have literary representation. You know, there's contractual 15%. Blah blah blah. Right? I don't pay. They hired me and want me. But now, since I don't have that, I have to find, you know, found an editor. I have to pay out of pocket. So here she has my work. I pay out of pocket. She's doing the work. And dude, how I've been feeling the past few days, I want to stop writing altogether. The reason I want to do that is because, dude, it's dwindled. The feeling has dwindled, and especially with this last one. But hear this. This last one, every one of my books is different. With the one you didn't get a chance to read, The Annie Dead, I was so certain, dude. Even my editor, like when we were fucking complaining about shit and, you know, bemoaning the world, you know, the publishing world, she said something, and we need to hear this from people we trust. Once in a while, dude, not all the time. Like when you told me about my book you read unexpectedly, dude, writers need that lifeline, dude, because most of the shit we live with is so quiet, so dwindled. It is dwindled, dude. It's very quiet. You don't really, people, maybe being a writer doesn't carry the weight that in the how should I say, admiration that it once did. Like, you know, when you think of 1920s with Hemingway, Joyce, there was almost this romantic, they were like rock stars almost. Now writers are maybe considered a dime a dozen. It doesn't capture people, it doesn't excite people anymore. So as a writer, dude, yeah, these little victories and these things that you go about, it's a very quiet, contemplative life, dude. One that you share mainly with yourself. And when you say, oh, by the way, I read your book and you said what you said, or I have a phone conversation with my editor where, dude, my book, The Annie Dead, when I started sending it out almost 2 years ago, over 2 years, can't believe I'm saying this because I think I just started sending it out yesterday. Dude, over 400 rejections or no response. 450, bro. And this is a book that I felt so certain that was going to get published some way, somehow. 2.5 years later, nada, zilch, nothing. There were a couple of people saying, let me see your full manuscript. That's a lifeline. Those people don't even respond after they ask you for a full manuscript. They don't even say thanks, but no thanks. You're left like literally with your dick in your hand. And then you hear from your editor 2.5 years on, or a year after she worked on it. Your book was so beautiful, Tom. So beautiful. And she means it. She's not talking shit, or you can tell when someone means something.
Yeah.
And here it is, 455. I still get, you know, even with her edit, I send it to 100 people. And I'm starting, like in last week, bro, maybe that's why I wanted to quit writing. They come in batches, dude, sometimes. 4 rejections, boom, 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 like in 3-day span, and you're like, what? Like what's going on, bro? Now I get it. There's thousands of writers, thousands, but bro, I'm sorry. This is where I have to lift myself up because I believe, and I hear it from you, and I hear it from others. I hear it from fucking Kirkus. You know, I know I write good shit, dude. Really strong, like you said. Hopefully, decent, captivating shit. And for my work now, this book that I just finished was a new venture for me, but you know, getting it to the point and reading it and sending it off, I feel fucking good about what I did, dude. I really do. And once it finally gets crafted in the next few weeks into its final form and sent off, again, I would be shocked, dude. I mean, really, especially with the content and Americana and historic, I'd be shocked if no one picks it up. But then again, I thought that 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. So what you think that?
And I haven't.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
you think that is Chupa your grail? Is that the one that you are the most confident in? Is this one that you've just finished? Like, which piece do you think is the one that you're most satisfied with and most confident in? And second part to that question, why do you think that Expectation was different to those?
It wasn't different. I found a very small, growing independent publisher that honestly I don't want to work again because I'm not going to name them. But they're not very good. I didn't like working with them that much. It was just right. So they want me to work with them. They would have published my last 3 books, but I don't want to work with them again. So they keep on, reaching out to me every month or 2 months. Hey, what do you? I've written fucking 3 books since I published with them. So yeah, I work, but I'm not going to give it to you. No, man. I think come on. Like we have to have some logic. I hope some kind of objective, beyond our own emotional stuff. We got to step outside our stuff and look at ourselves and say, come on, don't be delusional, bro. I'm not delusional. My work is fucking good. Now these last 3, I love all of them, dude. Each of them are like your children. It's like if you had 10 books, you have 10 different children. You don't like one over the other. You just this one's that. You have different qualities, different things. Now, the one I just finished, if you were to talk about commercial marketability, this might have it more than any of my other books. It might have the opportunity to get picked up because I do see very strong miniseries, or that's just me, but I didn't write for that. Yeah. My book is like all my other books, dude. And I think that's why maybe those people are responding to my videos because they know I'm talking as a writer talks, dude. I'm talking about the craft, dude. When I talk about the rhythm, voice, what point of view, all that shit, man, is hardcore writing talk, dude. It's not like, it's a story of a lovelorn puppy. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm getting into the nitty gritty of shit. But it's I don't know, man. It's a quiet battle with oneself. And especially lately, because dude, if you don't get any fucking, imagine, bro, 450 rejections on something that is just so, where someone tells you it's a beautiful book. You're just like, what? It's hard to, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all just politics, isn't it? It's got nothing to do whether it's good or bad, doesn't it? It's all a money game.
It is.
Which I guess I'll be interested to see, like you're saying, like, you see the, how you put it, the marketability of this latest novel. I would be interested to see if that changes anything for you, and you only need one thing to hit, and then boom, here's Thomas Roosbase. You know what I mean? And then like, you know, oh,
Yeah.
I read that, I loved it. What else has he got? Okay, here's Expectation. Here's Any Debt. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be interested to see you now playing it intelligent with this marketable book, and see if playing the game, so to speak, if that makes sense, actually works. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I'd be interested to see, because the question isn't about your writing. You know, that's never been a question. You know, like you said, you know, you've got faith in you. I've got faith in you. You know, your stuff is good. People need to read your shit. There's no reason they shouldn't. There's no reason they can't. You know, I'll be easy. Yeah, I'm just interested to see if there's that juncture there.
Yeah, buddy, it's like, you know, yeah, it's a struggle of, it's a weird, it's this thing that we do. You know, if I think about theater, outside of you, I would have given up on theater because dude, it's a lot of work, and most people don't make money. You do. How long can your grind and your passion last for something where you can't make a living at it, dude? I mean, you know, I remember, I think I told this story about 20 years ago when I did American Buffalo, my first time back from New York to Philly. And I was paying out of my own on a credit card. You know, I knew how to do shit, put shit together. And there was a Philly actor, an older guy, that, you know, I thought would, because we're friendly, he would be right for this role, which he wasn't right for. I forced it, right? And I won't name his name, but this guy, I had to really talk him into it, because he was in an age where he's like, dude, I'm not into it anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? This will be great, you know, blah, blah, blah. We'll have a great experience. We like you, you know, we're friends. And he's like, yeah, I'm just not into performing it. I just couldn't get it, dude. Because at that time I was all about it. You know what I mean? I just like, what do you, it's a great play. Just three of us. It's not blah, blah, blah. It's no bullshit. It's our thing. And sure enough, as we're working, I knew this guy was not right, but his heart was not into it. And when your heart is not into it, dude, and everybody else is, and sure enough, we had a blow up on my staircase. I thought we were going to come to blows. I had to fire him. And he called, and we were gentlemen about it. And there was no bad blood. We had a conversation. He goes, yeah, I'm sorry that happened. And I go, I understand. And then ironically, we were 2 weeks from opening, and we had a scramble, and there was a guy that connected me to a guy in New York, and the rest is history. It went very well. It was like theater, dude. It was like last second, you know, fly by the seat of your pants. Hope it works out. That's, you know, and you know, think about artists like painters, poets. You think about novelists, think about poets, dude. Poets. Who reads poems, dude? I mean, really. Novels, I think people still read, nonfiction, but poetry, it's almost like this hermetically sealed world where academics and poets and teachers kind of.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should keep it alive.
Dude, I love poetry. Dude, I fucking love poems. But like I've gotten into a place where I have a tough time reading. And you know what it is, buddy? I think because of my own work, one has to love their own work to the exclusivity of everybody else. So I don't read as much. It's because I think I know this sounds really bad, but I love my own work. I kind of live in that. And I don't need anybody else's work to say I love, even though, you know, dude, if I do spend time, it's quiet time. It's meditative time. Books. I have books everywhere, dude. You know me. I showed you. But I think I'm trying to survive in my own.
There's nothing wrong with that. I understand that very much so. Do you ever read your own books? Like, do you ever find yourself like on those calm afternoons, I've got the day off or something? Do you ever just, you know, pick up one of your books?
passages. Like I'll turn to a certain page and I'll read a passage and that's it. I won't read from front to back. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, if you were to ask me, like when you talked about expectation planning, you asked me about that certain character, and I couldn't think of the character's name,
right?
Because it was this thing that, you know, from almost literally 10 years ago, it seems like. But yeah, man, it's it's the not the price you pay. That's terrible, or cost you pay, or it's you just have to. Yeah, it's such a quiet thing anymore, dude. It's a quiet. Even, dude, I bet if I were to get an agent and I would be like, there would be a moment or day of like thrill, but after that, dude, it's like, okay, well, I get back to that quiet thing. Right. What anyone hopes for as a writer or as an artist is to last, dude. Like in theater, we could put on the greatest show ever put on, and let's say there were 5 people in the audience. And us, the actors. That shit will only live on that person's memory. There won't be a document. Video, I don't count as a document. I'm sorry. It just isn't, especially when it comes to theater. But I'm talking a true, like a chronicle that is kind of there in a physical manifestation. That's what books do. That's what a painted picture does. That's what a poem does. Piece of music. Theater is only alive and present in that moment and in the minds of the people who experience that moment.
Don't you think that that's what makes it so special, though?
Yes, it's unlike anything else. Yes,
like that's a line you've just clarified there. You know what I mean? You just put all of the other forms into. I don't think you realized like that you just did that. That you just put all the other forms. And like, yeah, you raised a very important point, right? Like they have a legacy attached to them. They have a physical document that, history permitting, is a lasting semblance of that art, right? But yeah, you just put all of those different things into one thing and then separated theater, making it more unique against all the others, which actually kind of like highlighted it. I don't know if you noticed that, but just the way in which you spoke about it, you just highlighted theater over those other things, which I thought was interesting.
You know, it's thank you, Beat. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. What we were doing, waiting for Godot. This was after the one of our main core members left because of ego. Then we had a couple other core members, and this was our fucking most well-received production after 3 years of just going at it, man. And it came after a month after 9/11 happened. It was fall, and in the fall on the East Coast, dude, I'm a very nostalgic, romantic person. Dude, the weather starts changing. It goes from warm to nice, and then the chill. And then you see things, the leaves, they're falling. And it's a very interesting time because you're going to go into the hibernation of long winter, dude. And there's something psychological that happens coupled with 9/11, tripled by this experience of this play in a very intimate setting. The most existential of all existential plays. Poetic, funny, beautiful, pure, right? And here I am with a shaved head, right? And a fucking fat suit on. And 3 other actors in this little fucking theater during fall. And at that time, I was discovering some fucking writers, dude, who, I'm talking fiction writers. And one in particular who came to Philly after release of his book. And this literature, coupled with 9/11, coupled with a 9-month-old Izzy, coupled with fall, Godot, dude, all this was happening. These writers, dude, came into my life. And it was such a, if someone were to ask me, why, as an actor, do you have great performances? I say no. I say they're only great moments. And those are, I could count maybe 5 moments on stage over dozens of play where there's a freedom that just is just there. And you sense it.
Yeah.
You become conscious of it, and that's when it ends. But you had it. But once you become conscious of the moment, that it was the most spectacular moment that, as an actor, you've experienced, boom, your conscious comes in and destroys that. Yeah. But you have the memory of that. And so I would tell a person, those 5 moments that will forever be here, right? For me. Mm. And hopefully a couple others, hopefully another actor, but they have their own. They have their very own defined, unique. That thing will live and die with me.
Yeah.
And that's why theater, if I can say what my last connection to it is that.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's really nice. That's really nice. One of my you made me think of one of my ones. I completely agree, by the way. One of my top moments of those moments, like in my top 3, already in my little young life, is you and me in the rain up there having a cigar, looking out at that field in the forest whilst it was raining. That was a very cool moment.
Yeah, buddy.
Stasis coming soon, guys. Stasis coming soon.
And I had a moment, dude, a couple probably in Momo and Toto. And that's and I had and that's, like I said, I have a handful, buddy. There were with Momo and Toto, shit, man. It was a chock full. Dude. Yeah. I mean, but 2 or 3 that really, I mean, look and think about it. There we are in this little fucking box with 10 people, 12 people in the audience. I mean, dude, yeah, man. That shit was awesome. And just imagine having, like, remember that little 10-year-old who came to one of the performances and the talkback session? She looked at us and said, that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. A 10-year-old, dude.
Yeah.
That's, XD at 4 years old. I don't know if he would appreciate something like that, but God damn it, knowing he's so far advanced, I think he would enjoy it.
Of course he would. Of course he would, bro. Even a 4-year-old loves our shit because our shit is spectacular. Everyone's shit stinks, but not the Poet Warriors. And those are words to live by right there.
So, buddy, maybe you could, I started off this podcast in gibberish. There was a lot of gibberish happening, right? But I kind of added some jocularity during the course of this and hopefully ended up making some sense.
I guess people need to reflect a little bit and decide for themselves. But I like the full circle approach. I like the full circle approach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Tasty.